my guidance counselor. He smelled of smoke and velaments, his purple tie like violence. He told me, "Son, this questionnaire indicates you like good hair, Satyricon, and Panda Express." Perhaps we should address your stares at Coach Mancini's shorts. He's filed a few detailed reports. It isn't pretty, nor are you, your spotty face and dippity-doo. Avert your eyes, buy some tail on lurid orange blossom trail. You and I are one disease. We both look well enough, but please. And it's kind of a sister poem to this. My subdivision was tinsel on the banister, always blue and always the ketchup on the quiche, the faint tap of acrylic nails, my fear, smear the queer, and after, a turn through the boys' locker room, the smuggled towel, the smell of cum, of childhood, like dirt. It was myth, my kiddie pool, a little black sea, a pool of inverts, the smell of pell-mells, which made my heart hurt. It was the mock turtleneck, which never covered the marks, the rogue grand jeté on kitchen linoleum, the furtive lick and flip of mother's Vogue. It wasn't love, or lack thereof. It was 1978. So in my first book I have a series of complaints, which is just a form. It's not really just a bunch of whining in verse, so hopefully. So, anyway, complaint of the lecturer. The classrooms speak in the language of dust. When the ancient bell rings, the unattainable fraternity boys rush to the outside fountain to absolve themselves. I love to watch them. Design, industry, and practicality have come together. The height of the shrubs has been calculated. The eyes of the plumed mascot are like hard zeros. In the ladies' toilet are bins for used needles. Look, on the sidewalk, someone has drawn a chalk outline of a small dead boy, his white blood, his hair perverted into a style much too stylish. I have learned to hate this emptiness, the emptying of the dumpsters at dusk, the emptied offices, the emptied bookshelves, the empty hands of the head librarian. My poems are really short, so this is going to be like a super short reading, which is, it's always good news when you're sitting at a poetry reading, so that's for sure. Design. A pile of white towels in the corner, a duct tape X on your bedroom floor. The backdrop is pitiless, like a late Rothko. The Marlboro smells belated, and I grow nostalgic for absolutely nothing. I want more than your little lash marks, your vulgar watch, more than art school, more than the greatcoat in Tom Ford's last Gucci collection. I'm stunning, the mirror lies. I want lust as cold, precise, and prescriptive as the end ash of a dead man. But enough about me. The light is getting nearer. I hope to find a lover. I grab a hand mirror and fluff my comb over. My shoes will hide the warts, my hand, my grubby mouth. My khakis smother farts. Allusion muffles truth. My formalism blinds the critics like a star. My bio note reminds the groupies not to stare. I need to sneak a smoke before I hit the gym, before I stroke a bloke. I like them lean and dumb. I like that turning 40 wasn't such a biggie. I bought myself a party. His name was Little Piggy. I'll win the Prix de Rome. I'll travel on the trains. I'll write my poem of Rome, a randy life in ruins. But this is not a train. A train is what I pull. You drink to kill the pain. I'm pushing in your stool. So, I work for this sort of massive, strange corporation, and lately I've been writing some poems about it. So, I'll read a couple of those. Proprietary. In a precisely lighted room, the CFO speaks of start-to-start dependencies. Says, let me loop back with you. Says, please cascade as appropriate. It's that time of morning, so we all can smell the donut factory. If scent were white noise, donuts would be that scent. The factory won't sell at any price. The building next to it burns the animals we experiment on. I have worked on a few preclinical reports in my time. The rhesus monkeys become so desperate that they attempt suicide over and over again. I am legally obligated to spare you the particulars. How could things be any different? Here many choice molecules have been born. Here, this pill will dissolve like sugar. Your last 5 months will be good ones. So I went away for a few months to live in Switzerland and on a secondment, and so I wrote this poem. Secondment. In Basel, gnats appeared in the corners of my room in the Messeplatz. No wish. I fished hair and my own gloop from the shower, lingering. Spent evenings fingering remotes in hopes of BBC 1 through 4, soft-core cooking shows. I know, 40's a bit late for the grand tour. I caught a lot of the Eurovision. At week 2, an NYU student flew in, a little shy of 21. I thought you said you were, I thought. My regret like a fleck of spit. I thought about getting an animal, about golf. I worked behind a big oak desk someone's third-hand idea of clout, the things I heard. Freedom was a breezy lie, as was loneliness. On the sly, I logged on to Planet Romeo for flesh. A torso wrote, "I want to dress you up like Poland and invade." Let's forget it. I went to Istanbul to see Mr. NYU there on a summer grant. I did it, but I can't. In Kuzgunjuk, a matted cat crawled out of filth just to nuzzle me, my face, and I let it. Let's see, maybe just two more. So this one is based on a, this poem is based on a Marilyn Hacker poem I very much like, and I guess it's from going to one too many sort of conferences where there were one too many poetry readings. So this is after Marilyn Hacker. Untoward occurrence at Embassy Suites poetry reading. First, I want to thank you all for coming, for standing so patiently in line. I know these are difficult times. I know some of us hold the system in contempt. So it's a hell of a time for poetry to be in fashion. Most readings, I aim to undermine things with pronoun slippages and rot. I'm very pro-noun. I often sing about the joy of coming, how much I secretly love adverbs and fashion, and walking pensively at dusk on the High Line, filled with just the right amount of contempt for my own deceit. Good times. But this is not one of those times. Tonight, I'd like to talk about one pronoun, you, and one noun, contempt. I have seen you coming and going at this conference, debuting your line, checking your font in the mirror. Fashion is important to people who write in fashion. I'm not saying I don't. The times are the times. But I have watched you nod at a terrible line. I have watched you sit stone-faced at pronoun confusion and, though you saw it coming a mile away, smile at a dull allusion to contempt. Tonight I reserve my contempt for you, audience. Per the fashion, a few insurgents are coming to take care of you. Sign of the times. Trust me, I'm a pro. Noun, verb, object, casualties of the line. Now you're near the end. I cut the line. The gas is seeping in the vents like contempt. The blood is as slick as a pronoun. Your bodies will be arranged in the latest fashion. Your friends will read about you in the Times. The doors are bolted. You can't stop what's coming. Okay, one more. Seemed like for me everything was going wrong when Mercury was in retrograde. Maybe everyone has that problem, but sort of started noticing that, so decided to write a little poem about it. To Mercury in retrograde. This ointment isn't helping. This clinic isn't free. The nurse's favorite movie is Penitentiary 3. I walk around in Crocs. The wild parrots attack. When all my gadgets fail, I crash at Radio Shack. A twirler on the pier shows me how to juggle. He immolates himself before he asks to snuggle. My wife's a dirty hole. My husband is the shovel. And verse is not enough. I'm working on a novel. I bought a tanning bed. My surface wounds are fresh. My corner smells of hunger and slathered burning flesh. Thank you.